You're probably wondering what's going on with the solar industry. And I'm here about to tell you, I just got wrapped up with SolarCon. I was, all day 3, I spoke and did a lot with those guys. And so very in the know on a high level, all the way down to the rep level. And I'm advocating the rep right now. So if you want to learn how to sell more in solar in 2025, I'm going to give you 3 simple hacks that will change this year if you just adapt this. So for those solar reps or business owners that are suffering from the 31% decline in solar installs in 2024, ask yourself, okay, what is 2025 going to look like? And I talked to Brett Bush, who's the owner of Freedom. And what's interesting is he's like, we're going to have a down quarter Q1, a down quarter Q2, and hopefully flatline Q3 and back on the up and up in Q4. So this is one of the largest solar CEOs in the entire country, Freedom Forever. And, you take that data and you go, okay, why? And then you look at the Sonova, you look at Sunrun, you look at some of the stocks, and you go, why are they where they're at? If I look at energy, so let me paint a picture. AI is requiring more and more server space. And if you look at, we're in the AI boom right now. And we were in the information age, and now we're in the AI age. And so you're like, okay, what does that require? Requires more power. You look at NRG stock. So Vivint Inc. got bought by NRG. And in Q4 last year, it skyrocketed. And you're like, why? It's because they see that the energy sector is going to have a huge demand on it. Now that could come from renewable or that could come through just traditional energy. So you ask yourself, okay, I know there's a need for energy and it's only increasing the demand. So now the question is how do I capitalize as a business or as a sales rep despite maybe the excuses that you're making, which might be, oh, the interest rates, oh, the banks, oh, the net metering, oh, whatever excuse you're going to make. Now let's rewind. Okay, so tip number 1 is freaking get over the fact that they might have to pay more per month, that the interest rates are where they're at, and stop making the excuse of why that's the reason somebody's going to not buy solar. The reality is most people sign a 30-year mortgage on a home today, which there are people buying and selling homes every day, right and left, and they're signing at a 7, 6, 8% interest rate. So if I'm signing on a $1 million home at 7%, why would I bitch and complain about a 4.99? That's called the federal mortgage interest. That's they are the ones dictating, not Sonova, not Mosaic, not whoever it is. So you say that's just the cost of money. And if that's impeding you to sell somebody power, clean energy on a comparable basis, whether it's a little bit more, a little bit less, you are now shooting yourself in the foot, creating the problem that a customer doesn't even understand the problem's the problem. So it's the rep that's impeding the sale, not the customer. So tip number 1 is just forget all that nonsense. Because when I first started solar in 2015, I sold at a 4.99, 5.99, or 6.99. And if you look at any home improvement loan, if I were to do a window loan, if I were to do a roofing loan, if I were to do a home improvement loan, your average is going to be a 9.99, 8.99, 12.99% interest. So the fact that you can offer a long period of time, 25 years, most home improvement loans, 5 to 10 years. So you got a 25-year runway. You've got a 4.99, 3.99, 5.99 is unbelievable. What if you took that approach? Number 2, utility rates have not gone up faster than they have ever gone. So when I was selling in Utah, it was 9.8 cents per kilowatt hour. Now it's gone up to 11. Wow, I've increased by 20% just in the last 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years since I've sold solar. And you're like, okay, what if utility rates keep doing what they're doing? Shouldn't I be able to show a sexier model? Now, if I took this as to sell more in 2025, I'm watching everybody get afraid of solar. And Warren Buffett says people get rich when everybody else is running. So if you think about everybody's fleeing somewhere, that's where all the money wants to come in. They buy on the dips. And so if I'm a solar owner, I'm a rep, I'm going, I hope everybody cries and complains right now because this is where I'm going to be making all of my money. Because it's culturally we're creating this problem, not actual is the problem. And most of the people that are actually perpetuating the problem is just the narrative in the news. So you think, how did Hitler create the Holocaust? How does wars start? How does communication get spread? And it has everything to do with the news. And so if I start waving a flag of solar's dead, everybody's going to be like, what? solar's dead, and they just scramble because I'm a pretty big news outlet. But the problem is solar is not dead. Solar is only getting bigger. The problem is many of the people's narratives are, man, the bank Sunnova screwed a lot of people over. Sucks, Sunnova. I hate that. That's just facts. Like hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars not paid because of a bank effing up. Number two, we had crappy race to the bottom with crappy installers that didn't know how to run their economics, now not paying people and leaving customers high and dry. So I've been jaded by a bank. I've been jaded by an installer because I tried to run the red line all the way down to the bottom. And that's the salespeople's fault, no offense. Now you had crappy businesses going out because they weren't getting paid, and then you're not getting paid, and then they're not understanding their economics. So now you got a second stab to the chest. You're like, wait a minute, if I actually ran an economical, good, profitable business and everybody was in a win-win, I actually did the customers right, where I'm not going shady, and then you have this attorney generals and attack on shady, deceptive sales practices and this and this and this. And you're like, our industry's under attack. I'm like, yeah, because of the salespeople, because they're not trained right. And so you take our ethics course in solar, we've built an apprentice and pro certification in solar training simply because people aren't trained to do it right. So if I were to hook my wagon to a company that was doing it the right way, doing the customers right, and had a bank that was stable, then I'm in a phenomenal business. Facts. So second shift is that. Now here's the third kicker. When you feel jaded, you're going to start selling less because you're going to start working less. So I hate to break it down into the simplicity of maybe you should probably work an 8-hour day. I'll say it again. Maybe you should work an 8-hour day. Too many solar reps were fat and happy, and they didn't work a full knock 8 hours. Go knock 8 hours. See what happens to your sales go this year. And if you truly could go a whole month, knocked 8 hours a day, every single day, and then you come back to me and you go, I sold less than the month prior, I'm going to look at you and go, wow, you must suck and you must need training. Why DDD experts exist is because we train more people than anyone else in the world in solar. And we say, okay, so go work more. I'm not even going to talk about training. I'm going to just say, go work more. And if you outwork the people that are around you, I promise they're going to say, what's going on with that Timmy kid and Susan? It's like, oh, they actually work hard. And I watched solar people. It softened the good pest control. It softened the alarm guys. Anybody that transitioned from a good 9 to 9 knock, from a good 8-hour day, it made them soft. Hate to break it to you. So maybe you got to put your hard hat back on and go be a carnivore. If you got some value out of this video, let's see it in the comments. And then hit subscribe. We got tons more training, a lot of value for you coming. So we just want to notify you every time. So hit the subscribe button. We'll see you guys on the next video.